How's it going, everyone? Got a lot of PlayStation updates to go over in this video. While it didn't get a ton of attention, man, Skate Story is out and it is available on PlayStation Plus Extra Day 1, and the reviews are coming in and they are looking very good. One of the higher rated games of the entire year. So we'll talk all about that. Got a roundup of some of the reviews that have been posted doing very well from a Metacritic standpoint, and it's available day one on PlayStation Plus Extra. Love to see that, so we'll talk about that. Saros is a game that I am very much looking forward to, and it looks like pre-orders are going to be opening up soon, as the standard and digital deluxe editions were rated today in Taiwan. And I'll round out this video by highlighting a new expansion for an RPG that got some attention, and that is Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. It'll be getting an expansion, and they are continually working on better PlayStation 5 performance. Really, the major flaw with that game on PS5 is the performance. Now, I played the game on PC, and I wasn't blown away by it, but I totally get why people liked it. It's a well-done RPG, and I thought thematically it was great. Unfortunately, on PlayStation 5, performance issues aplenty, so we'll talk that at the end of this video. A new expansion for that is coming out, however. So Skate Story is available today, and as noted on Shinobi602's Twitter, the reviews. Metacritic, the PC version currently has an 89, PlayStation 5 version has an 81, OpenCritic an 85 on that. A lot of perfect scores and a lot of 9s and 8s as well. Game is being received really, really well, and this is one that I've been talking about. I just think from an ambiance and vibe standpoint, man, this game looks great, and we need more high-quality skateboarding games. I get it, Ollie Ollie World is alright, but this style of skateboarding game, and obviously Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, good job on that, but Skate Story offers a different kind of skateboarding game, and definitely thematically for skateboarding games, a little bit out there, but totally had me won over based on its visual aesthetic, and then also a lot of praise being thrown at its soundtrack as well. Ollie, kickflip, and grind your way through the ash and smoke of the underworld as you take on a seemingly impossible quest, skate fast to destroy demons, and save other tortured souls on your journey from fragile beginner to a hardened skater. It is available separately, of course. It's $19.99, but it is also baked in with a PlayStation Plus Extra subscription. I imagine it's going to be on the service for a year. Remember, generally speaking, with the new releases, it's a one-year window where those games are available. That was the case with Stray. I believe that was the case with Tales of Kanzara Zhao, and a lot of the other Day 1 Plus titles. I'm sure it's not uniform in how they structure the deals, but generally speaking, it has been the one-year window. But there have been games like Dredge, I believe, was longer than a year. Dave the Diver may have been on PlayStation Plus. I might be conflating Dredge and Dave the Diver, but you get the idea. 1 year is the general idea, but sometimes it does fluctuate. The game notes: skate fast to destroy vicious demons, help a forgetful frog, and save other tortured souls on your journey from fragile beginner to hardened skater. Push through hell and discover the devil's greatest weakness: humility, perseverance, and a disgustingly sweet backside tail slide. All you need is your skateboard. Skate through the 9 layers of the underworld, cruise through streets and surreal landscapes full of wax ledges, unholy gaps, and tortured demons. Push your way through the precarious paths and shred freeform skate spots. Discover and create your own challenges as you explore the world and master your board. Sell your soul for decks, wheels, and trucks to keep your skating fresh. Over 70 plus skate tricks to progress and improve. Complete skate trials to level up, learn new tricks, and get new gear. Destroy vicious demons with your 360 flip, or at least impress them in a hypnotic beats for demonic streets. Cruise through the underworld to a psychedelic soundtrack by enigmatic New York artist Blood Cultures, and additional tracks by John Theo. All of that available, $19.99 plus Extra Day 1. Good reception thus far. We'll see how that does fluctuate. PC version has a shot of cracking a 90 on Metacritic. I'm sure it'll come down a little bit. What I would imagine is the PC version is higher because there's less reviews posted for it, but on OpenCritic it's an 85. Just a really solid score thus far, so check that out if you're a Plus Extra subscriber. Alright, moving on from that, one of the more anticipated games of 2026, but let's be honest, it's getting lost in the shuffle a little bit with a lot of big games coming out, but Saros, the pre-orders for that should be opening up soon, as the standard and digital deluxe editions have been rated in Taiwan. Now, we know the game is coming out March the 20th. Gonna be a busy period for games. I already talked about how February is absolutely stacked for new game releases. Guess what? In the span of 2 days, March 19th and March 20th, you will have the release of Crimson Desert and Saros. Man, we are gonna be eating good. And Saros is the latest game from Housemarque, the developers of Returnal. Also, once again, looking to be an absolutely chaotic, big budget action title. You know, I know with Returnal, a lot of people appreciated the challenge and the chaos to that game. You guys also know me at this point. I'm old and washed up. I would like there to be a little bit of a step back on the difficulty. I know, people are going to take me to the gallows for that. Look, nobody talks of Housemarque more than me. You can pull up videos that we uploaded 8-9 years ago, and I was talking of Housemarque back then after Super Stardust HD. And what's great about Housemarque is that they're a studio that has come into the fold with PlayStation. Thank the high heavens they were not spun into doing some live service nonsense, but more than anything, they came into PlayStation, and through their releases of Returnal and now Saros, you can absolutely see that the essence of Housemarque is still alive. That's what I want out of these studios. I want their essence to be intact, and if they want to work on other projects, new IPs, sure, go for it. But when you talk about Bluepoint being spun into a live service game and Ben Studio being spun into a live service game, that's where I'm like, okay, we're just having these studios trying to make these games to chase that pie-in-the-sky dream of live service, and that doesn't always work out. But Saros, still, based on the footage we've seen thus far, absolutely has that essence of Housemarque and their chaotic action game development that we've seen for so long with games like Super Stardust, games like Dead Nation, and we're gonna look to see that in Saros as well. But also, 2026 is finally gonna be a year. All I've asked for, 2 big budget single-player PlayStation titles a year. I'm not asking for 8 games a year. Nintendo's putting out like 6 games a year. I'm asking for 2, and we got it. We're gonna have it in 2026. We're gonna have Saros. We're gonna have Wolverine. That's a huge W. After 2023, we had 1. 2024, we had 1. And 2025, we had 1. As far as first-party in-house PlayStation-developed titles, we had 1 each of those years. As far as new release games. And in 2026, we will have 2. Maybe more. I don't want to get too excited. We might have more. And we'll also have the other PlayStation-published titles, like a Tokon and other games coming out. So exciting stuff ahead is all I'm getting at. With obviously Saros and Wolverine. Get 1 in the beginning of the year, get 1 at the end of the year, I'm good. I remember in 2018 where we had God of War at the beginning of the year, Spider-Man towards the end of the year. Perfect. I know at that point, Insomniac technically wasn't owned by Sony, and Insomniac was a second-party studio, but I'm going to count it for the sake of argument in this case, since, you know, they ultimately got acquired by Sony, but you get the idea. That's all I want. Saros beginning of the year, Wolverine end of the year, I'm good. Give me a remaster or something, maybe in between, you know, a PS3 remaster. I'm golden. I'm not asking for the world, but Saros is definitely a game you should have on your radar, and I hope it does really well. The thing about it is, the nerds like me, we're familiar with Housemarque, but Returnal didn't crush it from a commercial standpoint. It's not like that game sold a lot on PC based on, you know, the concurrent player counts and whatnot. They deserve to be elevated to that next level, and I really hope that Saros takes them to that next level, because you gotta remember when Returnal came out, very early on the PlayStation's life cycle, it wasn't really viewed as this game that's gonna be a system seller. Now, with so many people having a PS5, hopefully Saros is a game that people just naturally gravitate to since they already have the console. And lastly, I do want to note the open-world RPG Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon will be getting an expansion in Sanctuary of Saros. It will launch on December 15th for $14.99, so a week from today. I also do want to note, this is more important than anything, they are working on optimization. They are dropping a patch to show improvements on Xbox and optimizations helping to run the game on weaker PCs. Now, PlayStation 5 is the big elephant in the room. This game has some major issues on PS5. Now, regarding PlayStation 5, we're working really hard on this platform, but the issues we're facing mostly come from how Unity handles graphics on PlayStation 5, which we can't change, and unfortunately, memory allocation. This makes fixes tricky, but we're digging through systems and rewriting parts of the game to find any solutions. Our internal testing shows that we're getting closer to significantly reducing crashes. That's the big issue. I've heard people play this game on PS5 and it literally crashing every 25 to 30 minutes. Like, insanity like that. And we hope to push an update that should help this when Saros launches. This crash-fixing patch will, of course, be available to everyone, not only people who decide to buy the expansion. All in all, the struggle for better performance on PS5 continues, and we're doing everything we can on our end to improve the situation. We hope hope to have more good news in February, but we can't promise anything. It's not entirely in our hands. Still, today's patch should offer a small boost to performance and stability. So there you go with that. That expansion is on the way. New content to be rolled out as a part of that, but more than anything, hopefully the fixes continue to roll out. I wasn't blown away by Tainted Grail, but I love the game from a thematics and setting standpoint, but just didn't get super into it. But that'll do it for me. Again, Skate Story available today on PlayStation Plus, being received very well, and you can buy the game for $19.99. Saros has been rated in Taiwan for the Standard and Digital Deluxe Edition. Hopefully no funny business and that game gets a physical release as well. I don't know, yo. Sometimes, you guys, some games don't get these physical releases. Saros better be getting a physical release. I'm pretty confident it will, but, you know, we'll see. I'm always a little bit pessimistic when it comes to these things. And Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon will be getting an expansion. PlayStation 5 performance fixes are in the works, so hopefully that'll improve the game quite a lot. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.